So, Mzungus don't take on responsibilities that they cannot be able to accomplish.
Yes.
And therefore, instead of getting into big real estate projects that they will have to have employees here, partner with other strategic investors. Be a financial investor of something big. Like for example, if you own 5% of Two Rivers, or you own 5% of any other big asset around here,
Yes.
you will enjoy the dividends.
Sure.
And other people will be sweating and working for you. That's how Warren Buffett is able to sleep and earn $1.5 million an hour, even when he's sleeping. Because he's not required sometimes to be in those businesses. Yeah. Be a financial investor. Invest like a financial investor.
Not a strategic investor.
That makes sense. A lot of sense.
Then you spread your risk. Because financial investor doesn't have to put so much money in one asset. You spread your risk. If one goes bad, you survive somewhere else.
Wow.
What do you think?
Wow. I'm wowed. The pitfalls we fall into. And the things we need to change when we are thinking about investing. So this is an excellent conversation. And the lunch is amazing.
If you're building apartments and you're somewhere in New York, Minnesota, Seattle, I can only imagine the sleepless
stress.
nights.
Yeah. True.
I can only imagine
You're being called for materials, you're being...
the many calls, the anxiety, the disappointments. Why not just work with something bigger than yourself? Be part of something bigger than an individual project, and spare yourself that headache.
Very true.
Yeah.
In fact, you see them even when they want to maybe construct a home. You have to take a leave from work and come here to construct your home. And maybe it is the third attempt because the first two you lost to either a relative or whatever. Others are running businesses like you're saying. So maybe whoever is supposed to come in the morning,
Doesn't
open
show up.
doors doesn't show up, you know. So the next week before you start getting another one, the shops have been closed. So really, if there is a way to go, I'll really say the financial
Investor.
is a way to go. The financial investor is a way to go.
Even if you buy a house, think about it. And you spend how many days in Kenya?
2 months, 3 months.
2 months? No, really.
They
You will get 2 months.
We rarely get
2
we
weeks.
rarely get
2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks.
So, and if you have to let your
And if you're employed over there, it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks. So if you have to make sure that place is constantly occupied, it means you need someone on the ground to do it for you. And now you've got to follow up that person. They can actually go for a month and tell you that no one has occupied, but actually they are just taking the
And
rent
picking up
on
the
your
rent.
behalf. So why get yourself into such trouble? There's one story that I came across that really sobered me up.
Yeah.
It was this gentleman who had been in the US for some time, and he had his daughters here on holiday. And he'd been buying plots, and he went to see the plots, and he was so excited. He wants to show his plots to his daughters. And as they were, going around the plot, one of the daughters was taking pictures of the plot and posting on Facebook. And you know what she was saying? I can't imagine Dad has has invested in such things. We will never live here.
Oh, wow.
My, so true.
When he saw it, he was so heartbroken because he thought he was doing something
For
exciting.
him.
But these girls were born in the US. They have school in the US, and they cannot even see their future ever
Being in Kenya.
being in Kenya.
However, they can sell it.
They can.
Money can be used anywhere.
It's true.
You can convert shillings into dollars and vice versa. I think he probably was disappointed by just the fact that they don't feel the same attachment
No.
to the land like he does.
No.
Because when, like we were saying before, as Kenyans, we feel that we must own
A piece of
something.
home.
A piece of the soil.
Yes. And so his attachment to the soil was not the same for his daughters. Them, they just see an empty piece of land that probably to them doesn't amount to much. And the dad could have already spent millions of shillings to purchase that piece of land. Yeah.
The disappointment is that he had thought he was doing
It
it
was
for
for
them.
them.
And now he was realizing he could have done something better with the money.
With the money.
Like a financial investment that will be growing.
Exactly.
They'll appreciate wherever.
You know, you can actually be part of, you can own real estate without really owning the building.
Very true.
Get into these vehicles that have big real estate exposure, but you don't have to really be the guy who is running around.
That's true.
So now that he was disappointed, now he has to start thinking, how do I sell the plot?
But
Who do I sell
invest in
to?
something different.
That's another headache.
What do I do with them?
What do I do with them?
And when I sell, what should I buy?
And what should I buy? So that's the thing. Invest like a muzungu in financial assets.
Do these financial assets have a risk
Every investment has a risk.
of, I'll put my money in there, and if I lose it all.
Every investment has a risk. We are only saying a different approach to the same thing. Instead of you going to start a hotel for yourself, which you can fail by yourself, go and buy many hotels in a group of people. If you fail, you don't fail one person, you fail many of you, but you not fail in everything.
That's true.
You get? If you invest in one building for yourself and the building goes up in smoke, you lose 100%. If you invest as part of another group of investors and therefore you own less than controlling stake, if one building goes up in smoke, another one is still there, so you still have some income, you'll feel the bump, but you are already diversified.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.